how is CEMA different from other unions? What positions and type of work can CEMA represent?
So one of the things that we really wanted to make sure, and we as in the entire membership, we see our line staff, the unions, that they're represented by. There's a lot of showing up in mass, demanding things, very vocal, very loud, some antics that aren't very probably don't really get the what do you call it, the expectation, no, sorry, don't get the outcome that right, they don't get the outcome. So I've seen
it's a lot of show.
It's a lot of show, yeah. And I've been in board meetings where I've literally seen the SEIU group come in and the board members just go, done, shut down. They're not even listening. And so what was important for us for this is to have a professional group represent the professional, mid-managers in Santa Cruz. I don't want to be out there with a cowbell or with a picket, or with, all that stuff. I want us to be represented by professional people. I want us to be taken seriously, and I want us to be seen as the professionals that we are. And that's something that I really appreciate from CEMA, that they come in and it's all very, very, very professional.
I would add that was one of the things I think that we gained so much respect. Our negotiations were professional. We don't do the antics. We have our membership make a vote and decide on what moves we want to do, whether it's to talk to the board. But we show them respect, and that way they show us respect. And I think at the very beginning, we didn't have that respect, but I have to say, CEMA was such a professional group in negotiations and in our meetings with our board members and executives that it made a huge difference. And we learned so much throughout the whole process, even for those of us that didn't know much about the union process. So it's something you learn. I'm still learning it every day. It really makes a big difference when you have that professionalism come to you, or you can ask questions of staff. There's four staff members for CEMA, and you can go to any one of them and they can all give you guidance, information, tell you what to read for you to learn. President takes you under her arm, provides you as much guidance as she can. And you learn and you see the big difference between one union and another. I have seen the different groups and what comments are made from other people as for talking about these different union groups. And I have to say, we have a very good reputation as far as the represented group of CEMA. So I take pride in saying that.
Yeah, and as staff, no, I appreciate those comments, and that's exactly what I want to hear. Like, I want to hear that from all members, including board members and representatives and advisory chapter chairs like yourself, Nikki. But something from a staff perspective that I really pride myself on is that we are powerful partners with the leaders of departments and as well as the leaders of the organization. Absolutely. Right? Whether it's the CEO of the court or the board members that are administering the counties, or in your case, right, you have the trustees. And so what I mean, we said professional union for professionals. Well, what does professional conduct mean? It means that when we come to the table, we've done the research. We either have a white paper already prepared. We've never give surprises to the board. We lobby them in advance, say we're going to be showing up at Tuesday's meeting. Here's what we're showing up about. Here's why we're escalating this to you and why we were unable to resolve it at a lower level. So we're predictable and we're a consistent partner. And that's something that's very important to me, and we maintain that reputation. We understand as an institution, which isn't just me, it's a bunch of people that comprise this. It's board members, it's our president, it's the staff, it's the history of the organization, that we know, yes, we may want to prevail on this particular meet and confer, on this particular contract, on this particular issue, but there's a larger relationship that we have with the employer, and that one day we're all going to be gone. Everybody at this table is going to be gone, but we want to have an organization and a set of relationships and a web of trust that survive us. And that's something where we're really playing the long game, right? And that's something that's very, very important to me. And I hope has been clear from what I've
Yes.
from what I've heard at the table in Santa Cruz. You guys are kicking some tail over there, but doing it in a professional way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So that's the difference that I see from CEMA. And I say that having worked for other unions too, is that I've seen that there's a different model of agitate to organize. That's not our model. That's other unions' models, is you agitate people with a crisis and then you try to provide a solution. What we want to do is relatively navigate calm waters and just incrementally increase where we are.
Totally agree. I think that the fact that you come in with your research and understand what you're asking for and taking into consideration all aspects and being able to relay that to our board or to the executives has made a huge difference on them understanding what we're asking for. So don't think that we go in there and we just say yes, yes. No, we don't. We have some heated discussions, but we never lose respect for each other, and that has been big.
Okay.
Agree.
Okay.
At SCCOE, we do have two other unions that are already represented, and that is the classified and the certificated union from SEIU and ACE respectively. I think one of the reasons why we selected to work with CEMA is to maintain that system of checks and balances. We don't want an existing union to have to negotiate different things because they represent multiple members within our unit. And this CEMA would be specific to our leadership team, and having that direct specificity would be helpful, I think, organizationally. And I do appreciate the fact, you're talking about the professionalism with which you respond and support members. And I think many of our LT members at SCCOE would appreciate that level of representation.
Yeah, when I was first told about CEMA, I basically that was one of the first things that was said was I've spoken with these folks and they're very professional. Great.